My man's really likes bubbles. So much so that he made a whole song about bubble making and performed it in the middle of the city.
I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Yes or no?
Why not?
Ooh. All right.
Yes. Yes.
It's a yes for me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Ooh, I told you to it. I told you.
I said, how old are you?
I'm grown.
Be for real.
Tell her you live on your own. You got your own car.
No, I don't got no kids.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. How old is grown?
I'm grown. Shawty with it. Like what?
Can you drink?
I'm 25.
Oh, okay.
Okay, maybe yes.
Why you can't say
Nah, you gotta be 100. Like.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Bro, you just went, bro. Come here, bro. Come here, my nigga. You just went 100%
Hey, man.
from the field, gang. I'm a proud father right now, bro.
Saying that you a proud father to one of your peers is kind of crazy. But this right here kind of goes to prove money. If you look at the guy, he just looks like a regular guy, right? I'm not even joking on the guy. I'm saying he looks like a regular guy. You know, in a regular situation, if he had the money and the success he has on YouTube, it probably been 50-50, probably been, you know what I'm saying? Like it would have been 100%. But when you got that clout, which he has a lot of clout, when you got that money, which I believe he has a lot of money, those type of responses happen. It's kind of crazy, but it's predictable though. You know, it's expected.
So this is just to my child-free girlies, right? How many of you guys notice a difference when your best friend or one of your close relatives or someone announces that they're pregnant, and you want to be happy for them, but you kind of know that the relationship, the friendship is pretty much about to go downhill? And so do you bail first, or do you just let them bail? Because in most cases, there are exceptions to this rule, obviously, but in most cases, with most child-free women, we notice that the friendship pretty much dies after they have kids, because they have to go be a mommy. You know, they have to be a mommy and stuff, and they have to do the mommy thing. And now all of a sudden you really don't want to invite them places, because every time you've ever invited them, they always said they couldn't do it, either because they never had any money, or they didn't find a babysitter, or something like that. And it just slowly just died down after a while. And it happened to several of your friends over the years or whatever. And so you just kind of come to accept the fact that a lot of the times, not all the times, but most of the time, for most child-free women, you notice that it just starts to die down. The second part to this, they just started loading my truck just now. The second part to this is, do you back off? Do you dip? Or do you allow them to dip? Because deep down, you know that you are not the village. Now, I want you to think about that for a second, right? And when I say you're not the village, I mean, you ain't finna be babysitting. Like, you know that you got your own life. You got a job. You got the careers. You got hobbies. You got things you're doing every day. And you don't want to be close enough to the situation. To some degree, you miss them and you love them and you want the best for them. But at the same time, you really don't want to be too close to the situation, because you really don't want them asking you to babysit. I can't be the only one.
To address the last thing that she said, what is wrong with just being straight up? If you're truly friends with somebody, you could be honest with them. You could be honest with them. Like this kind of shows me sometimes, I'm not trying to stretch, I ain't trying to reach, you know what I'm saying? But this right here shows me, like, if this is relatable to most women, this shows me y'all relationships aren't even close enough where you can just actually tell them how you really feel about something. You're talking about ending a friendship. I don't know how long the friendship is, but you're talking about multiple situations where you have to end a friendship, or they have to end a friendship. One of y'all have to, because you're scared to just straight up tell them the truth.
It just reminds me of an ex. Oh,
That's it.
really? Can you describe her if you don't mind?
That ex is actually a nurse, a traveling nurse too. So I was like, oh hell no. If I could have popped twice, I would have popped twice. But
Understood.
it's that simple.
The nurses are not getting love today. No, it's okay.
I was
It's
like
all
the
good.
most stress I ever had in my life, and I'll never do it again. So I don't mess with nurses.
Understand.
So why was it stressful?
Just there was a lot going on, and then you know what I mean, like the whole thing of she would say take little digs at me when she got mad.
Oh, I thought the traveling part is.
Yeah, I was talking about like, I don't know, I might have to get up on something else when I'm out of town and blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, well shit.
That's not the type of girl I am.
do you? Because I'm not dealing with that no more.
Okay, and now is he your type?
No, just he just looks older. Oh, may I ask your age?
I'm 37.
Okay, yeah, he just looks older than his age. Unless that's in a. Okay. Maybe the gray hair.
That's a birth.
No, but no, it's really the eyes maybe.
Okay.
Like I said, these are all handsome men.
All right, thank you. Okay, if we can have your name, age, and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Miko Petrov.
Somebody in the comments said never judge a person solely based on a bad prior experience. Listen, I totally 100% agree with that. But what you have to understand is that when he's had that experience, and also too, on top of that, when the stats have come out that the people who are in nursing, women who are in nursing, are the most unloyal, infidelity prone group of people, maybe his experience has some type of validity to it as far as her profession of choice. And then she was a traveling nurse on top of that. Not only was she a nurse, but she was a traveling nurse.
Mm-hmm. You know, black.
Can we finally talk about how a lot of black girls and women will never have a classic dating experience? They will never have a date planned for them or a bouquet of roses waiting on them. Never. And we all know why, but I just want to know if we're ready to talk about why. Because if we really get into it, it's going to get very dark. And a lot of people, black women are hypersexual, blah, blah, blah. If selling sex is the only way you can get the attention of your male counterparts, what should you then do? Are we ready to have this conversation? Are we ready? Because I have met plenty of black women in their 30s who've never been on a real date, who've never received a bouquet of flowers, who've never gotten a gift from the men that they were allegedly dating. Are we ready for this conversation?
Truth be told, there's not really much of a conversation to be had because many men have tried to explain their experiences to y'all and y'all don't want to listen. It's just the truth of the matter. When a black man wants to be nice to a woman, wants to be chivalrous to a woman, wants to show up with roses, sends good morning text, is very considerate. The woman looks at that man as weak. The woman looks at that man as needy, clingy. Y'all group of women, y'all respond to the hood because the hood dudes the most. Y'all like a certain type. So most men become the guys that y'all like. That's pretty much it. If you don't have any success doing what your mother said, which is being chivalrous, you're gonna do what's successful, which is what the hood dudes do and the athletes, and that's what y'all respond to. That's what y'all like the most.
You say you find a provider, but he ugly. I'm embarrassed to be seen in public with him. I'd be embarrassed to be seen in public at work. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I would walk into any place with an ugly old man any day than walk into a job and clock in and say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And I'm sorry I'm late. And can I take tomorrow off? I'm sorry. I'd rather walk into the ugliest dude ever than have to do all of that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm still going to be cute no matter how ugly he is. And I'm going to still have options no matter how ugly he is. But I know I ain't going to be working. So think of it like that. If the ugly don't rub off on you, then I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem. Remember, the uglier they are next to you, the prettier you are. Okay? They're looking at a contrast, fam. Okay, ugly, beautiful. Ugly, beautiful. Yes, I know. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why are you insecure? Don't girl, if you insecure, then fake it till you make it, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said ugly men are depressed right now. They ain't depressed. Their money is the goal. I wouldn't say the prize, the goal.
I used to get frustrated with the things that she's saying because it just sounds so ignorant. But the more I think about it, I don't get frustrated anymore because only reason I used to get mad at her because I felt like she didn't properly identify herself. I felt like she was putting out a message to all groups of women of all age groups that was destructive to the community. But I realized Kanye West made a song about a long time ago about gold diggers. She's just running a gold diggers academy, a gold diggers university. She's just training people how to be gold diggers. There's always been gold diggers out here. And the women who are attracted to being a gold digger, cool. I mean, they ain't got nothing to do with me, because I can't get finessed that way. And they're going for the rich, older dudes. So, have fun. Now, I was scrolling on the internet and I came across this post that said, for women who are six-figure earners, what is your career and how did you get started? And it was, I'm not lying, it was over 25,000 comments of, different women from my community, talking about the different career paths. I was reading through the job descriptions and the professions that the different titles that they held. I was quite impressed because it was some pretty intricate, it was some rocket scientists. People could be capping in the comments, but there was some pretty, very, very intelligent type of job professions. I guess the last question is, and there's really no way to find this out, but how many of them were married? That's just my question. You know what I'm saying?